how long you've been with us. If you just joined, and if you're on this call and you're not a part of us, go ahead and put a number 6 in the chat if that makes any sense, guys. If that is you right now that's saying, I want to be able to have a better life. And if you're putting the number 6 in the chat, if you're trying to put it in there, guys, it all starts with your belief. It all starts right now with the way that you believe and who you're going to be connected to. You know, I had an opportunity. I'm out here in Indianapolis right now building teams. I got a young gentleman that just joined that's completely on fire out here in Indianapolis that wants to make money, that understand that mentorship and a membership with this company to get leadership, to be able to help him and to help you to be able to get to where you're going to be. It's very important. So we're going to be talking about some really things that's going to be able to deal with getting you to the next level, being able to get you into a different zip code. So guys, if you're ready to go to another zip code in the next 3, 6, 9 to 12 to 18 months as it relates to your life being changed, do Greg White a favor. Put a number 7 in the chat, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick so we can go ahead and jump into the charts. Andre, if you can, if I'm just going to see if you guys can see. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. So I want to make sure you guys can see everything. Let's go right from the beginning. Perfect. Okay. Hang on. Let's see here. Boom. Share. Okay. Andre, can you guys see my screen? Okay, let me make sure you can see the right thing up here. Let's do a new share here. And oh, perfect. All right, so you guys can see it. Okay. So guys, what I want to talk to you about real quick is what I started, a couple of years ago with a phone call, at a time in my life to where I really needed to hear some information that could change direction that I was going as it relates to financial. So you want to ask yourself the question as far as where you at, where you're working. Do you ever feel like you were meant for more than just your job? Do you ever feel like you was meant for more than just the life that you have, the struggles that you're going through? Real quick, okay, what's that? Let me see here. Yeah. So if you ever feel like, guys, do me a favor real quick. Go to your chat. If you can see my screen that says, do you ever feel, put a number 1 in the chat real quick. I want to make sure you guys can see this, okay? Put a number 1 in the chat really quick. Okay, let me make sure, see here. Perfect. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate all your assistance. All right, so if you ever feel, if you're that person that felt like I felt, if you felt that when you was on your job and you saw people getting fired, that you were next. If you felt that you was getting paid and you had more money, you had more bills than you had money, that, it had to be a better life, then guys, we're going to share with you what a lot of people are experiencing right now in a company that can help you, be able to get to the next level. So what I want to do real quick is let me make sure I can change the screen real fast here. All right, bear with me, guys. Perfect. So if that's you, and some of the challenges that you face today, then you want to be a part and understand that 85% of people, just like me, just like you, don't feel happy or fulfilled at what we call our jobs. We dread getting up, going to work. We live in a society, we live in a year right now to where just a job is never going to be enough. A paycheck is not going to be enough. There's not enough hours in the day for you to be able to put in the work, no matter if they was paying you $30 an hour. It's never going to be enough for you to be able to experience financial freedom, time freedom, and to be able to create something to leave back a legacy of generational wealth for your children and your children's children. So when people feel like that, guys, honest to truth is that, when you feel like that, most people don't feel happy and they dread that kind of stuff. They get up every day and they hate going to their jobs. If you fall into that 85%, I want you to understand something. And when you're not happy or fulfilled in life, everything completely suffers around you. And you wonder why you're angry. And you wonder why people don't want to be around you. You wonder why your confidence is not up. What's your worth? You feel mediocre. People talk to you and treat you a certain kind of way. Your happiness is affected. Your health is affected. Your finance, everything that's around you completely suffers. What we want to bring to you tonight is, if you're new on this call, if you've been on this call, what if there was something different? We want to talk to you about a market that's going to be able to help you share some ideas on how you can be able to create wealth right from a technological standpoint, which is your cell phone. What if there was another way? What if things can be completely different in your life? Different from a standpoint of how much money you bring in. Different from a standpoint on the way that you feel and how much love that you can give when you go home because you feel like a man or you feel like a woman. You feel like you're doing your part. You don't feel like you're just going through the ropes. What if it can be completely different? Our story that we share with you tonight is completely simple. It's not complicated. We want to empower you. Blake, Nabby, you chopped it up with me last night. You had a chance to be able to really see the truth. And I'm going to definitely, say something to bring you on tonight, but we had a special guest. But our simple message that I shared with you last night and that we want to share with with everybody that's up in Indianapolis, everybody that's in Atlanta, everybody that's over in Minnesota. We want to share this story with everybody within 120 different countries that we operate in, is that it's simple. We want to empower you. We want to encourage you. When we want to help you build a better life. And that better life begins with the seeds that we plant that's try and stop you from thinking the way that you was thinking as an employee. And to be able to think in a way of possibilities. Giving meaning and purpose is why our story is so powerful. It's why so many people see success and so many people like myself can confidently share, the true story with you guys. And we believe that real change begins with the individual. With the way that you feel from a positive standpoint, self-talk, the way you think, the way you talk to yourself, and finding that success starts with you. And we want to encourage you and enlighten you today, guys. Lock arms. Look at the person that's next to you. Look at the people that are successful and what they have. Follow, and those are success, and those are clues. Do what they do. And how do you think you can talk to yourself? At first, you must believe in yourself. If you have faith, desire, and belief, what I'm about to share with you tonight, guys, can take you, to a completely total different stratosphere. When you can become very successful, when you can become what you think, what you become what you feel, then you can become very powerful. Okay, so we want to be able to share with you right now those feelings, it's total controls in every aspect of your life to where you can have control. So I want to dive right into the money on something that I saw a little bit over 3 years ago. I had no clue it existed. Robert Kiyosaki spoke about it from the cash flow quadrant, which is there's 4 ways we can make money. You only have 24 hours of the day. The difference between me, you, Oprah Winfrey, or anybody that's successful is what we do with our 24 hours. There's only 24. You can only work so much. You only get paid so much. And if your mindset is just getting up based off of the tradition of what your parents taught you and their parents taught them, that you'll work for money to the day that you die. Guys, we want to show you a different way on how to be able to make money work for you. There's 4 ways we can do it. We're completely conditioned understanding that one of the ways is right at the bottom, which is the biggest piece of the pie. That's 60%. Guys, I want you to light the chat up. If anything I'm saying right now, if it's making a number of sense, put a number 5 in the chat for me. Put a number 5 in the chat for Greg White. If it's making any sense, if you feel my passion, if you can just feel to be able to see, the posture right now and to be able to understand that 60% of people work for somebody else. 60%. It's because it's the way that we're trained. And if you're going to college, if you're on this line and you're going to college and you're saying that you're trying to go get 4 years and borrow money to go to college to get a higher education to get back and pay some of that money back, you're going to fall in that rat race. And you'll work for the next 40 years for 40 hours and be able to try and retire on 40% of what your income used to be when it was 100% and you struggled when it was 100%. So we want to be able to share with you guys. Don't fall. 35% work for themselves, and they work 10 times harder when they open up their own little small businesses because they're 100% responsible for everything. So I want you to understand, we're going to be talking about investing in yourself. And I want you to understand that if you ever thought about opening or starting something for yourself before you even get paid, you put a lot of money out to be able to, if you wanted to start a restaurant, you got to buy all the supplies before you make $1. But we want to help you think a little bit different from a mindset of an investor and a business owner. 5% make up, this is 5% of the right, makes up 95% of the entire market, the world's wealth. But on the left, 95% makes only 5% of the wealth. They're struggling, they're poor. So guys, if you're on this call tonight and if you've joined this company with us, somebody told you and you're locked arms with mentors that's going to be able to help you and walk you through until you can be able to walk on your own. If you guys are in the mindset and you say, I want to be an investor, guys, put a number 6 in the chat real quick. And I'm going to show you some information that's really simple. It's not complicated, but you don't need to complicate it. It's not complicated. It's really simple. So we got some 6s flying in the chat right now. We want to show you right now a company right now that started over 6 years ago, July the 4th, Independence Day, 2013. And that's coming up and it'll be 7 years old. Have you ever heard of the exchange markets? You guys on this call, you might be hearing about Forex. You might be hearing about Bitcoin. You might be hearing about stocks now, and they have a lot of zeros in it. The reason you're hearing because a lot of people are finding out now that they can make a living and they can make an earning from their phone, from home, from a tablet, as long as they have internet connection. Don't cheat yourself or go sideways. Don't have any shortcuts. We got a company right now that's one of the best companies that has an educational platform that's showing you a market that does $6 trillion per day, that's open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, worldwide. And if you want to be a part of this market, if you want to be a part of what's happening in a market that's doing that kind of money to where you can get some of it, but you just don't know how, I always tell people this: don't let what you don't know stop you from what you can know. Don't let that be your discouragement. Don't let it be because it's unfamiliar to you that you look like it's a scam. It's not. It's education. Don't chase the money that I'm about to show you, but chase to the education, and that will bring all the money that you want in these markets that's open 5 days a week. And you can be able to participate in this market. You can exchange without any physical money. You can be able to dive in. So I want to welcome my guests, and I want to welcome my new people. I want to welcome everybody into this call and to the foreign exchange, which is FRX for short. There's another market that's growing towards $1 trillion, setting the future stage for how everyone will in the future be able to handle and spend money, which is the cryptocurrency. It's becoming a global form of payment for everyday purchases, any and everywhere that you go. People are hearing about Bitcoins. Banks are backing it. So just because you don't know doesn't mean that it's not real. And Biggie Small said, and if you don't know, now you know. Okay, so you guys can participate in that growing market. It's called DCX, which is digital currency. And we got a company right now that's put something that is on fire, where people are learning in the markets, where they're mastering the markets, knowing how to build real wealth and freedom from our educational platform, to where you can literally jump in, dive in, have a whole lot of fun, and partner with these educators, because it took 6 years. I told my gentleman last night, 3 years ago, what you guys have coming in now, we didn't have it. It was just a dream. That's all it was. It was a dream. It was a vision that Christopher Terry had about bringing it into the forefront, and now everything, it's evolving, and guys, take advantage of it. So guys, right now, FRX is the foreign exchange market. It's where you exchange one currency for another one. For example, if you was to travel outside of the U.S. and you took your money into another country, you have to exchange it at the currency exchange. And every time that happens, there's a profit that's made. So in small, there's two currency pairs. When you sell one, you buy the other. When you buy one, you sell the other one at an even exchange rate. So we have FRX 100 series that will talk to you more about that in our Master Academy, because you're not going to understand it in just one session that you're on this call. But once you're a part of it, you're able to jump in and see what these sessions are about. Then we have the HFX 300 series. Okay, that's high frequency Master Academy with Nez, and this is another level. Something I'm looking, because it's dealing with options, and it's dealing with other things that are really in the stock market that are being educated on. So we have a one-stop shop. I like to tell everybody, we're cheaper than the stove. You can get it for the low. There's nowhere you can go as it relates to learning and being able to have everything in one place for the price that we're about to show you, as it relates to how you can get this for yourself. The reason most people have never participated is because it was not affordable. It was only affordable to the rich. And in order for you to participate in this kind of atmosphere, in this space and place, is you would have to have at least a $3 million market cap, at least. So when we bring this to you guys, you get a chance to go live and access over 100 full-time videos. It's for our educators. It's a great place where you can connect with people that you've never met, but they're willing to help. You can collaborate. You can ask questions. You can type them, and you can succeed when they're training. We have products right now that are helping people win. Products right now like the harmonic scanner. Remy Martin's just leading her team out in in Washington and over in Hawaii, with just understanding the simple software that comes in the package, which is the harmonic scanner. So what I want to do real quick is I want to definitely, because I'm going to be bringing on a special guest tonight. I want to real quick. I want to just pause, just for the calls. Let me see here. Let's jump out of this real quick. I want to pause for calls. If you guys can still see the slide, with access over 100 educators, someone put a number 4 in the chat for me real quick, please. If you guys can still see that slide. If anybody can still see that slide. Okay, perfect. Let me see. All right. What I want to do, okay, we got a number 4. Perfect. All right, guys. So what I want to do before I continue and I bring on our special guest is I'm going to be talking about some products like the harmonic scanner. We're talking about products, to where you can learn from the very best from them live on your own time. You can get into what is called the Go Live, to where you can learn, from our educators full time and just get a feel of it. Definitely understand what they're talking, which is the Go Live, the FRX Live. What I want to do really quick is, because these products are so amazing, my internet connections. Okay, these products are so amazing. You can, it's designed to be able to empower you with live mentorship, at your fingertips, to be able to fit your busy life schedule. So no longer you can say that you don't have access or you got to wait till you be at home, because you can get this on your phone. Okay, these are things that we call where it's an arsenal of weapons, from the harmonic scanner, the DeLorean, things like the vibrata, levels, things like Gold Cup and Bounce Back. All these abbreviations are just products that are apps that we have actually brought to help you discover and follow some simple strategies through powerful tools. Tools are something that you work with. Gadgets are something that work for you. I want you guys to remember, jot that down. I told you tonight, a tool is what we provide for you guys to work with. We don't provide gadgets as robots that work for you. Most people want the easy way out. We want to empower you. So remember that. A tool is something you work with. And anytime you work with a tool, it helps you to become better and helps you become skilled. But when you have a gadget, it does all the work and it doesn't help you to become skilled, because you don't learn anything from gadgets or robots, because they do everything. So guys, really quick, I want to, I'm so super excited about these products. I want to just really quick, let me see. I want to see who I have on real quick. We have things like Gold Cup. I see we have a few people that's on. Wade, definitely. Let me see. Call roll real fast. Just want to welcome you guys again and to our new people. Let me see. I want to bring on. Let's see. We got here. Anita Jackson. Awesome. Christy. Mr. Campbell. Boom. I see you, sir. As a matter of fact, I want to bring on a young man that I had a chance to lock arms with. Also, I had a chance to, meet up with one of my brothers tonight, from Nigeria, Africa, man. He gave me a ride. And this guy is hungry. He wants to learn how to trade Forex. He wants to make money. And I want to bring on, just people, that be able to show him the night. So I want to welcome Sean to the call, out of Nigeria. Definitely, want to welcome Blake to the call. And then we'll definitely, jump in. Let me see if I got Blake. Blake, are you on the call real quick? Let me see here. Hang on. Awesome. I definitely see somebody I'm familiar with. I want to bring on the call real quick. Miss
Yeah, I'm on the call.
Blake, there you go, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing, brother?
Good. Hey, real quick, man, I know you're completely new, man. We got a chance to meet up here, my event up in Indianapolis, Indiana. I just want to bring you on from just a little bit of what was shared last night with you. And I'm going to let you just speak on what happened, just in a few minutes with these products that you saw that you haven't really yet mastered, and what you did as a result of seeing it and getting an understanding from just leadership real quick. So I want to welcome guys, definitely give Blake number 1 in the chat real quick. I'm going to bring him on, Blake, and let him just share real briefly.
Okay, so you want me to speak on like how we met, or like just?
Yeah, well, you could speak on how we met, speak on what happened after we met, how we locked up, and what what you saw and these products and services after really seeing it for what it was, and and how to help you with your belief and what you ended up doing after seeing it. and what you're looking forward to doing, since you've joined.
Oh, okay. So I had a friend uh, beforehand that was doing this, I believe, with this company already. Um, and but she didn't really like explain it to me very well, so I kind of like fell off of it. And then I happened to run into Greg at my job, and he basically told me what he did, and I told him I was interested. He gave me his information, and then I ended up linking up with him shortly after I got off work, and he basically just did trades right in front of me on the computer. Showing really decent numbers and really decent profit numbers, and I was definitely interested beforehand from the jump. And so just seeing how everything worked and seeing how the proof was in the pudding, essentially, I was definitely excited to join from then on. So I've already paid my, I don't know what they're called, but paid my tuition fees per se, and I'm here to be part of the company now.
Awesome, awesome. And just to recap, because we're talking about the products that are really here, that's helping people, because you don't have to know anything but how to copy. And what's that other word? Copy and what?
Uh, Copy and paste. Really, you just you got people that are constantly watching the market, and they essentially give out numbers that you'll punch in on yours, and like if you get in at the right time and at the right margin, you'll punch in numbers that they give you. They do all the work for you essentially. You just copy and paste what they give you, and you generate income like that.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Blake, thank you for jumping on, man. I want to welcome you to the team, man. Just, Carnegie, Napoleon Hill said it, Dale Carnegie said it. Successful people make decisions really quick, and they're slow to making changes. And people that are not successful, they're very slow to making, decisions, but they're very quick to making changes. Brother, you made a decision really quick last night. You joined up. You didn't hesitate. You saw it for what it was, and I definitely look forward to seeing you at the top. You have a whole lot of support. We welcome you to the team, guys.
Appreciate it.
I'm just gonna absolutely. I'm gonna jump over real quick. I know, one more person here. I see that we had online. I'm gonna just see if she's still available. I have a lot of respect for this young lady. She's tremendous. She's a leader. Her and her husband, Mr. Stevenson, they're in their own right, man. Just really plugging in with a dynamic team. They're using the products, and they definitely see the vision as it relates to the value that this company brings. I want to see if I got Miss Pam Stevenson on the call real quick. Miss Stevenson, are you on the call?
Um, Greg, how are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Great to have you on the call.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Great. So I want you to just, Pam, real quick. I know we got some new people, some people I met out here in Indianapolis at my event. Some people Andre Campbell got on, some new people on the call, people from Nigeria. They're all over the world, and they want to make money, and they want to be a part of something. They have a dream. They got bills. So if you could speak on,
Okay.
what you believe and what you see in this company and how it's helping you and how you're helping people, just share a little bit real quick, and then we'll move forward.
Okay, thank you. Yes, and welcome to all the new people. And I've actually have some new people on my team, both in Hawaii and Texas. So I'm very excited about that. I think the best thing about this company is the fact we have so many resources available to us. And you certainly mentioned copy and paste, Greg. And, we have educators that are on pretty much 24/7. So if people are concerned, oh, I don't have time, you can find the time because there are people available to work with you at different times that really fit your schedule. And that, I think, is very, very important that we do have those options. The other thing I just want to say is we have such wonderful people on our teams. Yourself, Andre, Ramy, everyone is so willing to help others. And I think that's a wonderful thing because we want to share the fact that we have something that is helping us make money, and we want other people to make money too. So you can do it. Don't be discouraged. Just figure out a strategy and go for it.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, I am so excited. I can't wait when we go to Texas with part of your team, and we
Yes.
definitely lock horns. I am so excited for you. So excited.
Thank you
Just
so
keep up,
much.
yeah, keep up the good work, the energy. Give your husband my regards, And 2020 will be the year to where you'll have financial freedom, 6 figures, 7 figures, and there's no stopping us now. You know, just like that song, ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move.
Well, thank you, Greg. And I do believe 2020 vision is going to be awesome. So I hope I see you in London in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Great, great. Hey guys, I want to just move real forward because I got a person I want to bring on. Guys, real quick, I'm looking at the chat real quick. So I know we got new people that's going to be in for a treat. You guys are going to see some stuff that you might not understand, but don't worry about it. But for our existing people, if you're ready for our special guest that's going to be on tonight, because I want to make sure I wrap this call up, showing this information, showing the new people, and giving them the same opportunity and a chance to make a decision, just like I did, just like Blake did, just like Pam Stevenson and I. All of us made a decision because we saw something that had value. We didn't see something we understood. We just saw something that had value and it was available. Let me say that again. It had value and it was available. So we just knew not how, but we knew why we needed it. So if you're like me and you know why you need to change and you need to make money, then you don't worry about the how, just worry about your why, and we'll figure out how later. So guys, if you guys are gonna be ready for this special guest, guys, go to the chat real quick and put a number 7 in. I ain't gonna even say who this person is. I'm just gonna wait, bring them on, and you're gonna be blessed, man. This person is incredible. I need everybody to light up the chat, put a number 7 in the chat if you want to get your mind blown, if you want to get your account gone. I ain't talking about blow your account, but I'm talking about grow your account. I'm going to bring this guy on, guys, but I'm going to wrap this up. Put a number 7 for me real quick and light the chat up. So real quick, I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll bring my main man on, the special guest. But, guys, I want to just tell you this company has something that's called Hello Center. It's a place where you can go and choose products and academies, everything that it has to offer. It's a one-stop shop. It's sync. You don't have to go to YouTube. You don't have to go try and go everywhere to read books. You can do some of that if you want to. But guys, trust me when I tell you, plug into this information because it's going to be incredible, incredible. Everything is right at your fingertips. All you have to do is just plug and play and then just let it go. So I want to make sure I can just keep here. You have testimonies here, you know, where people have actually come in and, you know, they share their success stories. You know, they came in, they didn't believe at first. They thought like how you thought, like, you know, something's wrong because you didn't understand. But let me tell you something. There's wealth and information, okay? Success stories. So if you guys are like me, one of the questions, when Andre Campbell shared this information with me, I didn't ask him how I was going to do it because I didn't know it. I just had one question because I knew it was available. And it wasn't available to me 20 years ago because it wasn't affordable. It was only available to rich people because they can afford $25,000 and $50,000. So the biggest question that I had for Andre is, Andre, how do I get started? I had a brother that went with me to Savannah because of my dad died. And my brother he's a construction worker. But we had a chance to show him, Blake, the same thing I showed you on how simple it was. And even though he didn't know it, and when I showed him the power of this market and what it can do for you, my brother did not beat me over the head and say, well, tell me more about it. And how do I do this? And how he asked me one question. He did not care about anything else but how do I get started? He was like ready to just dive in. Like, yo, I'm ready. I don't know all that other stuff, but you just showed me something that's powerful. And if you can do it, I can do it. How do I get started? That's the biggest question. So if you're ready and you're new, and if you're on this call and you're in any part of the country and you want to change your outcome to be able to change your income, if you want your outcome to change your income. If you're ready, and that's the biggest question you have, don't let anything stop you or block you. Put a number 8 in the chat if you say I'm ready. If you say I'm ready, put a number 8 in the chat, guys. If you're ready to be able to go to the next level for finances, put a number 8 in the chat. Don't talk about it. We're going to be about it. Come on, light that chat up with some 8s, all right? So what I want to do is real quick show you, you know, what this company right now is doing. Okay, so if you want to know how do you get started? What does it cost? It's affordable. Okay, this is an old cost right now. Right now it's $234 and $334. So a basic package like what Blake paid for last night, he paid $234 to get started. You think this was money that Blake had laying around? You think this was money that, oh, he has a lot of money? No, Blake made a sacrifice. You know, he poured it to himself, $234. He didn't give it to me. He put it in himself to be able to have access to this. So that's never, never a loss, okay, because he invested in himself for personal development. But that gave him access to the Master Academy, Gold Live, Harmonic Scanner, Swipe Coin Scalper. That's it. He also went and he added a few things that comes in the Elite Starter package for $334, because over there you pay a little bit more, but you get more. You get everything. But Blake didn't need it because most people could start with the basics. That's where you basically start. But he added a vibrator and he added the London payout, because that's the place where Blake understood that even before he learns in the academy that he can copy the traders. That's the place he understood that this is where the signals are coming from. This is where the people that's already a part of our company is doing all of the work, and you just need to copy their work and get paid. He understood this will give him a chance to earn while he learned. It's a no-brainer. But if you want to upgrade and get the bigger package, it's up to you. You could be able to do whatever you want. The company has for high frequency when you graduate and you want to add for options. It's extra stuff that you can pay for. You know, everything is just for you. It's actually like you paying for an assistant to be able to get you to the next level. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to just go back. I showed you the cost. If you got started with the 234, if you kept it and you want to remain a part of it, just think about it. Your rent, your tuition every month for 30 days works out to be like $6 and some change a day. It's like $174. It's a no-brainer. There's no way you can pay rent anywhere in the world for a business, for tuition at that cost per month. It just doesn't make sense. But it's affordable because we want to make sure that everybody can have a chance. And if you had the biggest package, you'll pay about $270, $284 a month. You know, that's if you had everything. But it's completely worth it, guys. Completely worth it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to digress and just go back and say, I know you guys are saying, wow, there's a monthly fee and you want to know how to get started. Well, our companies also put something in place, and I'll end it and I'll get our guests on. Our companies put something in place. No different than Netflix, Uber, Lyft. I was in the back of my Lyft when I got up here to Indianapolis, and I saw when I went into settings that they said if I send my referral link to any of my contacts in my phone, that they would give me a free $5 ride. And you know, Cash App said the same thing. They would send me $5 if I shared the link. Well, our company, we follow those models of billion-dollar companies. So we give you a referral link, and we're going to tell you the same thing because you have contacts. And we believe that relationship marketing is the best form of marketing. So we want to help you, and we want to also help you help two people. Our help is coming by we getting more students. So if you tell two people and you refer them and they get started like you, then you get this products every month for free. As long as you have two referring paying customers that's in Eads Academy, you have access for free. So go and tell somebody, tell on the mountain, help two people, and you don't have to pay for it. But just don't help them because you don't want to pay. Help them because you care about them. Okay, and our company, I'm just going to end this real quick. We put something in place from a perspective for business people who want to build successful businesses from home that don't have a lot of money, don't have an idea of what they want to do. Well, we give you a chance to build people. You can become an independent business owner with us. And what happens, that gives you a chance that if you share it with a third person, if you were a customer, you had two, it's free. If you share it with a third person, you upgrade for $16 and say, I want to work from home and I want to help this, you know, this company grow. Well, with your 3 referrals, we're going to pay you $150 every month, pay weekly $37.50. And if those 3 people that you told duplicate what you did, and they tell 3 people, not because of you, but because of their own incentive, where they get $150, then your team will grow to 12. But you only started with 3. But those 3 told 3 apiece. You have a team of 12, the company will pay you $600 a month. Now, all this is extra. It's not mandatory. It's optional, but it's a no-brainer, you know, to be able to have a position to where you can have money for helping people. You have no attachment to this money, but $600 a month. And if you share it, and if your team grows to 30, it's $1,000 a month. Guys, I'm just going to zip through this real fast to show you that once that happens, these are ranks that the company have. A rank that starts from a platinum 150 all the way to my bottom left, and that goes to platinum 600 all the way up to chairman 500. And if you look at the numbers for qualified GV and qualified subscribers, all the way to where it says weekly residuals, starting from the Platinum 150 at $37.50 a week. And as your team continues to grow to those numbers in the middle, 30 and 75 and 225, I want to definitely give a shout out to all of my Platinum 150s on the call. These are people that have told 3 people. Definitely give a shout out. You can throw something in the chat. Shout out to the Platinum 1000s on this call, making $250 a week extra. Shout out to all the Platinum 2000s, making an extra $500 a week for building a team of 75 customers. Shout out to Chairman 10s who've helped people like me who've grown a team of 500, making $2,500 a week. All the way up to Platinum, Chairman 25s and Chairman 50, making 50 grand a month, and $25,000 a month, $100,000 a month. Guys, it's real. It's happening. I'm super excited to share with you. And with that being said, guys, I'm just going to scroll and just say one thing and I'm out. Okay? That's if you're looking to pay off your debt, your student loans, your credit card bills, your car notes. If you're looking to be able to pay off some of the stuff dealing with your kids, if you're looking to learn how to trade, if you're looking to learn how to build wealth, save money. I normally say multiply money because money's meant to own, so you want to invest it. But if you're looking to save it and multiply it, guys, if you want to change your life, I want to welcome you to a company right now that have done it to me. So what will you become in 2020? I want to bring on a good friend, person I had a chance to sit down with back in June, who literally looked at this information and was not intimidated, but definitely had a little bit of fear because it was a lot of information. But this person was hungry. This person was willing, and he was able to listen to what I told him. I have so much respect for him because I told him, if you chase the education, if you're hungry for information, you will be successful. The money will follow that. So without further ado, this gentleman right now has been in this business for 7 months, going on 8 months. He's a sergeant for the police department down in North Miami. This guy is being mentored by people that's in our educating system. That's Luke Longmire and Andre Campbell and Greg White. We're partnering. We're having conversations. This gentleman right now is doing very well for himself. I won't put his income out there, but I can just tell you he's doing very, very well. And there's some things that are bright. So without further ado, I want to bring on my good friend, my business partner, Mr. Ocean Emmanuel is going to go ahead and share some stuff and break it down. So you guys get your pens out. Ocean Emmanuel, are you on the phone call? Are you on the line?
Yes, sir. I'm on it. Greg, I'd like to give it back to you, man. Great job. You and Andre Campbell, you guys are doing a phenomenal job changing lives. And again, without you guys sharing this information with me, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Andre, for your support in the beginning and understanding that this was obtainable. Understanding that I too deserve to make the kind of money that all these guys are making. Awesome. So to get started, I want to touch up on a couple of things, right?
Hey, Ocean, before you start, let me say this before you take off, right? Man, you look great, bro. First of all,
thank you.
Let me just say this for those new people that's on the call that was invited by somebody. Guys, if you are on fire for what you heard in the first part of the presentation with the information and products and what this can do for you, get back with the person that invited you to this call. Get back with them right away and ask them the same thing. How can I get started? What do I need to do? Get back with that person. They'll spend 5 minutes and get you started, just like what happened with Blake. And guys, be serious. And if you're serious and not curious, they're going to take you to the next level. So Ocean, I'll give it back to you. Thanks for letting me put that disclaimer out.
Awesome. All right, guys, I am excited tonight to share what I've learned with you guys. And if you guys are excited too, let me get a 777 in the chat real quick. 777 in the chat. I have a lot of things of value that I want to share with you guys, from personal development to the strategy that I learned from Luke Longmire himself. If you are here tonight, you're part of this business, or you're looking to be part of this business, I want you to understand that everything is obtainable. Like, everything you want is obtainable, right? And it all has to start with who you listen to. Who's your mentor, right? Who do you listen to? When you first get started, one of the things that you'll be led to is to follow one specific educator. That may be the person you listen to, right? And are you coachable? Are you teachable? What is your teachability index? So are you willing to change to get to what you want? Are you willing to change? Are you willing to sacrifice to meet your goals? What I mean by that is when I first started with the company, I would wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to finish the academy, right? These are the things that you must do. Are you willing to stop watching TV for 3 months or 6 months for you to get this information, right? What is your teachability index, right? How much are you willing to sacrifice? And I'm gonna brush up on these things real quick because these are topics that I can go on over for hours. But trading is a skill set, right? You have to learn it. But success is a mindset. So I spend a lot of time on personal development because it is one of the most important things to success. Like you can learn how to trade, you can learn the skill set, but if you're not doing any personal development, if your mindset is not correct, you won't be successful, right? So first thing first, what I had to do to get to where I am now, I had to master the basics. So anyone who's starting right now, even if you've been on for a year or two, if you have not mastered the basics, right, you won't be successful. You can't be trying to master the advanced stuff or the complicated things of trading for you to be successful. You have to master the basics first. So learn one strategy and become unconsciously competent at that strategy. So what I mean by that is unconsciously competent is doing something without having to think about it. So you do something over and over and over repeatedly. Next thing you know, you're doing it without thinking about it. And which is the point I'm trying to get to in trading. Now, I know we're already a good 45 minutes into the call. I don't want to, hold you guys up much later. The strategy is very simple. One of the things I realized with all the master educators, they spend a lot of time. They spend a lot of time on personal development, and when they're teaching, they spend a lot of time on talking about the things that you should do rather than the strategy, because the strategies are very simple. Right? Once you learn it, you do it over and over and over again. Next thing you know, you're proficient at it. All right. Now I'm sharing my screen with you guys. If you can see my screen, let me get a 111 in the chat. If you can see my screen, let me get a 111 in the chat. All right. Awesome. 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 I see ones. All right. All right. I'm not gonna stay much longer. I'm not gonna, over talk you guys, but there are certain books you can read, audios you can listen to for your own personal development. I spend less time trading and more time on personal development, right? Less time trading, more time on personal development, and more time on being proficient at the skill set, right? So I used to do the opposite in the beginning. In the beginning, I would trade all day if I could, and not spend any time learning how to trade or continuing to learn how to trade. So we need to do the opposite, right? Spend less time trading and more time learning and more time on personal development, right? Because trading is simple, trading is easy. All right. My strategy is very simple. It's not my strategy. It's a strategy that I learned from Luke Longmire. I met him in Dallas back in September, and we linked up. Next thing you know, I'm calling him mentor, which I am very blessed to say, because it is I'm very humble by the fact that I get to listen, right? Go back to who you listen to. I get to listen to Luke Longmire. So if you guys have been on his sessions, you'll see that he trades in one particular way. He trades boxing price in, right? And if price breaks out in one direction, and that's the direction it'll be selling, it'll be trading. What I mean by that is this, right? So you have price boxing here, That was a trade that I took this morning. 1 second. So this is what you would see more. You would see something like this from Luke's calls. He trades mainly gold. He'll send gold trades out, but I personally trade GBPs and the indices. So these are all the pairs that I trade personally on the side here. We are on TradingView for those who are new. TradingView is it's a web-based system you can use to mark up your charts and set up alerts. And you can go back to all your charts. It saves it for you. You can get a free account with them. And I learn a lot by using TradingView. So those who are new, get with the person who's mentoring you, and they'll show you how to use TradingView. All right. To continue, this morning, this is the trade I was in. I took this trade at about 6 o'clock this morning. So this is what I'm looking for, right? None of this, where I box up, none of this occurred yet, right? So 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, this candle broke out. The 1 hour candle broke out. So what I do in this trade is, then I drop down to the 30 minutes and wait for a retest. I will not enter this trade until I get that retest, right? So I drop down to the 30 minutes from the 1 hour chart to the 30 minutes chart. And here's my retest. Here's 1, here's 2, boom. The next candle over is where I entered the trade right here. This third, 30 minutes candle, which was at 7 o'clock, is when I entered this trade, right? And what do we have? Barely any drawdown. We were in drawdown for about maybe 13 pips, right? And I ended up this trade at TP, which is my line right here, was 50 pips. Okay, getting 50 pips on the trade. And I obviously went for more than 50 pips, but that was my take profit up there. Another trade.
Hey, Ocean.
Yes.
Tell them why just on your take profit, right? Tell them why do you put your take profit right there?
Okay, so what you do is when you're trading, you always look to the left, right? Always to the left. So my initial take profit number 1 was here. Right here where price reversed at, right? Let me put a line here so you guys could see it. So for those of you who don't know, your first target, if you're gonna go for this target, is where you would put your TP. Take profit number 1. This is roughly, I think, about 15, 20 pips. And once that happened, what I did was I moved my stop loss to break even because I was going for more than about 15 pips. I was going for more than 15 pips for the trade. So I moved my stop loss to break even. So I'm on a risk-free trade. And my second target is over here. When you look to the left where price reversed, right? Where price reversed before, right up here is your next target, right here. You guys could see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so that's where my second.
Do me a favor real quick while you showing them that, because I know some of the people they're gonna hear, they'll probably be able to go back and look at this recording that you're making, and they'll really probably only get this after they replay it and practice with it. So that what you just showed them again, but explain that why the price reversed all the way to the left. Because see, you're all the way to the right where it's happening, but you're right.
So the reason these are my targets is because history is going to repeat itself in the market, right? History is going to repeat itself. So my very first target was about 15 pips. That's not what I was going for, but I knew that once price hit this area, I'd move my stop loss to break even, right? So now I would be in a risk-free trade because I was my target was higher than that. My target was 50 pips. All right. The reason my target is up here is because if you look to the left, so every time you're in a trade, you look to the left, you see where price had reversed before, like they have a potential reversal in that area, right? So that puts my target right up here, right? My second target right up here. Make sense? If you guys have any questions, by the way, just put it in the chat. I'll answer it. You can stop me. This is we're gonna make this very interactive. Although I don't want to take a lot of time, I want to make it interactive so you guys can understand the strategy. I know we have a lot of new folks on here who have not traded much, and we have a lot of folks. This is a brand new strategy with them, and it's not a lot more to it than what I'm saying. It really is what it is. You box price in and wait for the breakout. See, we have any questions in the chat?
You see, hang on.
No, we don't. We are good. All right. So this is example number one. So example number two, we took a US 30 trade this morning, and I sent it in the group. See, okay, how do you determine boxed in? Okay, good question, right? So remember I said, let me go back to that GBP NZD trade real quick. Remember I said none of these occurred yet, right? Before I took the trade, none of these occurred yet. So, oops. All right. When I marked the zones, it was the night before where price came down, went back up, came down again, and I'm waiting for it to do either go back up or break through that support area, right? That zone, the bottom zone and the top zone. So when I see prices ranging means you don't have a trend, you don't have a direction, right? Price is ranging, price went up, came down, and you could see where price went back up here and couldn't continue to go up, and it went back down to the bottom zone. It started ranging, right? Let me see if I can make this a bit more visible for you guys right there. Okay, so price is ranging. It's not moving in one particular direction just yet for the time being, right? So whichever direction price breaks out is where I'm going to trade. And if price were to break the bottom zone, I'd have traded it for this target right. You see this red line here. This would have been my target. Actually, I wanted it to break the bottom zone because it would have been much easier on a profit. This would have been 115 pips I would have been going for, right? Total pips, but it didn't. So price broke out to the top. You don't marry a direction. You respond to the market. You're not going to predict the market. Although I may want to do something, I'm not going to predict it and say, well, the market is going to do this, right? I wait for market to do what it's going to do, and I will react to what the market has done. Makes sense for all the new people on. We don't predict the market. We don't say, well, the market is going to buy or the market is going to sell based on this. No, we react to what the market has done based on zones, or you want to say support, resistance, and trend. All right. I'm not a swing trader, so I don't look at the trend at all, really. I look at the zones and my targets, right? If price breaks out of a zone, I look at what my next target is, and that's where I'm going. So once you're about 30 pips in profit, so I take profits between 30 and 3 to 5% of growth in my account. And one very important thing with this strategy is the stop loss, right? My emergency stop loss would be, I'll show you guys real quick. And it's emergency stop loss. That means just in case you have news or something happens, would be about here. Put this in red. But my true stop loss really is right below, see this little red doji here, right here? We put an arrow underneath it. Right below this doji would be my stop loss. So in reality, if price closes within the zone in here, which would be about a good 20 pips-ish, 25 pips, I would get out of trade because price is now back in that zone, right? But my emergency stop loss that I would place would be pretty much halfway within the zone. Make sense? So whenever you're trading a strategy like this, you have an emergency stop loss, and then you have your true stop loss, really, which is right within the zone. If price closes within the zone, anywhere within the zone, then you'd probably want to get out of the trade because then price may get stuck again, ranging. This is a very, very easy setup. It's a quick trade. It's an intraday trading style. The moment I entered this trade, it took me 2 hours for me to hit my TP, so which is not bad at all. We took a US 30 trade, which hit TP in a half hour. TP1 in a half hour. Again, I don't swing trade, so you see I have TP2 mark here in case price would have continued going up, but it didn't. It came back up later and hit TP2 and went on to, to fly off. But you remember this trade this morning, Greg?
Yes, I do.
All right. So what we did was with this trade, this is a US 30 trade. US 30 is, you don't trade it the way you trade a regular Forex pair. That's one of the, I trade GBPs and the gold and indices, and US 30 is an index. So your risk for US 30, for those who are new or those who've never traded it before, my personal preference is $1,000 in your account, and your lot size is 0.01 for every $1,000 in your account. So because it moves so fast and you're looking for so much more profit, your risk in return is that much higher, right? So we had this trade this morning, marked it up. This was the zone before price broke out. See, 1 second. Okay, yes, there are people who want to trade gold. And the thing is, when you first start, like you wanna find a pair that you're comfortable trading and that moves or that has volatility during the time that, or during the session that you trade. And you can find that pair and you get used to it and you trade only that one pair and make tons of money. And you learn how it behaves within certain zones. You learn how it behaves with news. You learn how it behaves with time. Then that pair becomes your favorite pair. Donald has a question. Go ahead, Donald.
Okay, Ocean, how you doing? Greg, Andre, hey man, appreciate you guys. Just for the new ones, right? Because I know this was a problem for me when I first was looking at this. Can you explain the difference between support and resistance in the areas of zones, liquidity, so that they can kind of like see a difference in this aspect of what you're doing here?
Okay. Support and resistance, that's like a whole other training, because if you're looking at a pair like, let's say like US 30, for example, right? I mean, support and resistance, it's more like an area. It's not a specific price point, right? What I mean by that is if you look at the charts, you see a bunch of wicks. Those who are new, you have your candlesticks, right? And you have those little long bars on the candlesticks. These are called wicks, right? So if someone, for example, is trading support resistance, for example, right? And they see initially this price was going up, right? Before it reversed to go back down. Someone sees something like this, oh yeah, price hit this point right here, broke this resistance, is going up, and they get into a buy, and price reverses and they end up losing the trade. So reason I say zone is because the zone areas a lot of times always end up include the wicks. I'll give you an example. You see how I marked up this chart right here at the bottom of the wick? Because when you look over to the left, this is the zone. You had a reversal zone here, right? So if price were to break this bottom zone here, I'd look for a retest, trade the reversal. My very first target would be here, right here, right? And then my second target, would be here, down below here. So it's not that support resistance, yes, they do work, and it's good to know them, because when you first start, that's how I started. You got to see where price reversed. It's pretty much, example, a ceiling would be considered a resistance, right? Where price is going up, right? Price was going up here, and it couldn't penetrate that ceiling, and it reversed back down, right? And then boom, what happens? Price broke the ceiling, went all the way up, just to come back down to test that ceiling again as a floor, which is a new support. Make sense, Donald?
Yes.
All right. I know it's a whole different training, and I know we have people who've been in the academy for a little bit, and we have those who are very new. And again, the strategy is it's a little bit advanced, but people learning can have an idea more or less of what we're talking about, right? I wanted to go over this example of US 30 trade that we took this morning and how we took this trade. Drew the zone up. Right here was a zone with price. Right here, where price had set, and we were waiting for a break and retest, right? So what happens? This candle right here in a 1 hour chart broke. And with US 30 is different, because a lot of times you don't get a retest like you did like a couple of hours later. So you would drop down to the 15-minute chart where you would take the trade. So price closes above, took the trade to your first target right here. So, and what happens when price hit that target? It couldn't penetrate that ceiling. Look, right here. It couldn't penetrate that ceiling and reverse right back down to test that same zone. That zone now becomes a new floor, right? And a few hours later, what did price do? Boom. Reverse for, that's got to be at least a couple of thousand pips.
Nice money, nice.
Right there, boom, 2,000 pips. Right. By then, I was out of the market because I made my goal. I did 11% today growth, and that's another thing. Also, trading. You got to know when to stay out of the market, right? Once you meet your goal, once you've made your goal for the day, stay out of the market. There's no need to keep going. You got to stay disciplined, right? And a lot of times you make your money and then you go in and make a mistake and give your profit back to the market. Like, I am a firm believer of, once you've made your goal, is you're not trying to get rich overnight. You're trying to create a system to build wealth, right? And it takes a lot of discipline to do so. So the greed factor, for sure, you gotta, it's a personal thing. You can do whatever you want, obviously, but I personally stay out of the market because I feel like once I meet my goal, I'm creating a system to where I'm combining my account. I have a daily goal and a weekly goal. Actually, more so a weekly goal and a monthly goal. And once I meet my goal, I'm done. I look for 3 to 5%. On a trading day, I trade 3 to 5 setups a week. I'm not glued to trading. If anything, I'm glued to the charts, learning the strategy even more. Even later on in the afternoon, I went back to the charts, the same trades I took, and see how the market is behaving, responding to the zones that I'd drawn, right? And I saw this move happen, and I didn't take the trade, right? I'm learning. This is a learning phase of trading. I spend a lot of time learning, a lot more time learning than trading. And that's what's going to make you a better trader. And I am forever going to try to master the skill set without stopping, right? There's no stopping. Is there any questions at all in the chat? And I know it's right now 11:10. I know you guys kept this call for an hour. This is a brief explanation of the strategy. If you guys watch Christopher Derrick, he does the same thing, and he literally makes $1.5 million a month. He finally disclosed his income this past weekend on I Am Impact on South Florida. And, I knew he was making a lot of money, but man, 1.5 million is a lot. It still shocked me, right? Using the same simple strategy, price trap. If anything, if you guys, those who use the harmonic scanner, right? That's where he finds his trades. Right? Use the tools of the company. You're paying for the service. Use the tools. All right. Use the harmonic scanner, trap price, and wait for the breakout in either area and trade. Trade whatever the market does. Respond to the market.
Wow.
Again, trading is easy. The company is made for you to. You don't have to be a master trader. The company has made it easy for people to trade by providing these tools. You have Gold Cup, you have levels, you have pivots, you have swipe trades, swipe coins, you have the harmonic scanner. I mean, you have all the tools available for you to be successful. Find out what your style of trading is and go through with it and practice. And I got to give it up to Remy over in on the West Coast, because she's doing something special with her team, right? That team, they're actually practicing trading together using the harmonic scanner, and they have practice sessions, right? So if you have someone that you're on the company with and you guys are in the same group, get 2-3 people together, do practice sessions, right? Learn more than you trade. And then eventually when you trade, you only trade 3 to 5 setups a week. You meet your goal. Next thing you know, your account is growing by 40, 50, 60% a month. And before you know it, you have $100,000 in your account, and your 40% a month is $40,000. So who can do something with $40,000 a month extra? Right? I know I can. And I know you guys can too, Stay up to date with the company, use the products. It's not made for you to be a master trader the next day. The skill set to master it, it really takes 12 to 18 months, but you have to dedicate the time within those 12 to 18 months to learn the skill set.
Awesome.
With that said, I am done. Greg, I'm going to give it back to you, man. You guys have done a great job. And again, the very first step to being successful is to fix your mindset. leave you guys with something, man. If you spend time on your personal development, you will be successful because you will put in the work. You will do what it takes to be successful because your mind will be right. All right. Say you can and you will, and you're doing it already. And I thank you guys for your attention. Thank you, Greg, for your hospitality. Andre, thank you very much, my man. Thank you for your support. You're doing good. I know you're in the lab working, bringing more value to the company, to the group, to our business. I look forward to getting together with you guys in the near future, man, to keep working and making this thing even easier for every single person who join. Again, keep grinding, keep going, people. This is life-changing. It has changed my life to where I'm looking at things in the near future that I wasn't looking at before. And there's no stopping. And there's something I say is no support or resistance line gonna stop me. I got a goal to meet. All right, let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, y'all go to the chat real quick. Light it up for my main man, Emmanuel Ocean. Man, if you got some value tonight from what Ocean just threw down, y'all go to the chat. Put a number 1, man. If you got some value tonight on just a simple, it wasn't all the indicators. It's just simply price, trapping price. Just being able to understand support and resistance, drawing the through line. You got to go to the lab. Yo, give it up for my main man, Ocean. Yo, listen, I'll be remiss if I ain't give a shout out to my boy, Donald B. Bryant. Him and Pam Bryant, man. Man, listen here, Donald, man, it's good to see your face, man. In the place, man. Hey, listen, Donald, get ready, bro. You next, bro. You next, bro.
Oh,
You next.
it's already done. Already done. Already done.
Get ready, man. You next, bro. You got to get ready for this training, man. I'm so proud to see you on the call, man. So proud for all of you guys. Definitely, I'm excited. I'm so excited, man. Donald, give him my regards. Thank you, everybody, for being on. Blake,
thank you,
definitely.
Appreciate you.
Man. Definitely for my new people that's on the call that's out here in Indianapolis with me. You guys from the mall, from California. Guys, get back with me as soon as possible. Hit me up, text me. Greg, what do I need to do? Just follow my lead. Donald, listen, I want to work with you. You're going to the next level, 2020. We need to have a conversation. Next level. I'm going to help you as 100%, bro. Next level, bro.
Problem, bro. I know you will. Yes, that's what you do. Man. That's what you do, brother.
Yo, super excited.
Hey, Ocean did an excellent job, bro.
Yes, he did.
Thank you. We're going to get this going, and we'll make this thing easier for everybody to understand. We'll do a lengthier training, I guess, eventually, and the whole psychology behind the system. And here we go. Let's get it.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, on that note, Ocean, man, great training tonight. And what I'm gonna do, man, before we end this call, thank everybody, Pam Stevenson. I think we can unmute everybody. Let me see real quick if I can go and just unmute everybody. I know, there's people on. Let's see here. Andre probably might have to unmute it. But look here. Let me do this here for Ocean and for Donald. And you know I love this here, right? Okay.